You can't do it all. Wow, it actually feels kind of weird to be sitting here. It's been so long. Yeah, I want to talk about how you can't do it all every day. That's been like a big thing for me, and partly why I did take a little bit of a break from YouTube. We're in such a fast-paced hustle culture, and I, for one, am a big part of that. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we all just have so much going on. And sometimes you maybe even don't have a lot going on, but maybe it's your mental capacity, right? Like the energy that you have to put towards certain things, or maybe you just don't have enough energy to put towards things that you used to. I think it's really important right now that we start to learn how to slow down on a daily basis. It's really needed for our mental health. I mean, when we look around and so many people have a variety of disease and mental health issues and physical ailments, I think really a big part of that is because we don't know how to slow down. And when we are slowing down, typically we're watching TV or scrolling through social media, which, trust me, I do it too. So it's like, even if we're laying down and relaxing, our mind is just taking in all of this information all of the time. A lot of us can experience burnout. I'm not there right now, but I have been before. And burnout it's not just like a term. It's a very serious thing that happens and can take a very long time to recover from. And I've been through it a few times, and I felt that I was getting to that place again, which is why I did take a step back from YouTube. Now, I thought about YouTube all the time, probably every day in the last however many months I've been off here. I think it's been around 6 months. I have tons of ideas. Like, I have a whole list of videos I want to do, but I just knew it wasn't the time to be doing it. So this is kind of like a semi-motivational video, a semi-let's catch up video. Normally I have a bunch of bullet points that I do want to talk about, but we're just gonna freeball it today. So, yeah, I miss you guys. I miss YouTube. YouTube is it's my favorite thing to do. I mean, I love a lot about my life, but YouTube is just something very special to me. It's very near and dear to my heart. I've obviously been on here a pretty long time, so it's something that's just for me, you know what I mean? Oh, and you guys, you know what I mean though. But yeah, so the last 6 months or so, I started a new job. I don't think I've ever talked about it on this channel before, but if you guys didn't know, I'm a full-time real estate investor. That's what I've been doing for 7 years now, 6, I don't know, somewhere around there. And so, yeah, I don't know that I ever really talk about that on here, but that is what I do full time. Right now, I work for a company where I purchase properties for them to flip. So I do a lot of sales, negotiating, that kind of stuff. And on the side, I also have my own business where we are creating a very in-depth course on real estate investing and sales and how to get started and wholesaling and flips and things like that. So that's taken up a lot of time too. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, between those two things, and then I know I've talked a lot about my chronic headaches on here. The last, I think 8 months, I've been really attacking it head on. I was going to physical therapy 3 days a week for about 4 or 5 months. And then, of course, stupid insurance, right? I had to stop going. And I just started up with acupuncture about 6 weeks ago and changing my diet and things like that. So my big focus this year has been trying to get my health correct. and just feeling really good. And the thing is actually right now as I sit down, I wasn't going to film this video right now, even though I've been pushing it off. Like I've been wanting to get back on here because I feel like I've kind of like deserted you and myself, and myself at the same time, because this is just really what I'm so passionate about. I have one of my headaches today, and so that's kind of why I'm not as like chipper and bubbly as I normally am, but I just like didn't want to push it off any longer. So that is kind of what I've been up to. I've been doing a lot as far as just like little events here and there. So I went to like a vegan festival a few weeks ago, even though I'm not vegan, but I do tend to eat more on the vegetarian side. I still eat meat, but I do really like that kind of food and getting recipe ideas and stuff like that. I created a little like fairy garden. I'll insert a picture here of that. I went to like a summer solstice drum circle last week to kind of like harvest the good energy of that. So I've really been stepping out of my comfort zone and trying all these things, and it's been bringing me a lot of peace. And this quote kind of popped into my head, I don't know, it was probably like 2 months ago now at this point, and it was, you can't do it all every day. And so if you're like me, you have a lot going on in your life, and there's kind of like all these different directions and pockets and like pieces of your life, right? Like you have your main things like your friends, your family, maybe your significant other if you have one, your job, things like that. But then you have all the little things, right? Like YouTube or hobbies and sports, or if you're a musician or art, or whatever it is that you like to do. And for me, as you guys know, I do a lot of like different spiritual practices. Right now I'm learning how to shuffle because a lot of you guys know I do a lot of like raves and festivals and things like that. And I was like, I really want to learn something new. So I've been taking that on myself as well and doing that every single day for the most part. But it just kind of like got me thinking, right? Because you have all these things like morning routines, or I want to do my dream journal, and I want to meditate, and I want to do YouTube, and I want to do this and that. And then it hit me that it's like you can't do it all every day, right? And of course, like I go to the gym on top of that. And so it really got me thinking about priorities. And okay, well, if we can't do it, it's like this thing is pushed on us where we should be hustling 24/7, get your ass up at like 4 a.m. and crush the gym and read 10 pages a day and do this and do that, and then work, and then you better have a side hustle, and spend time with your family and your friends and your significant other. And it's just like, you can't do it. It's not sustainable to do long term. I think when we are trying to attack too many things at once, even if they're all good things, right? Like I'm very happy in my life right now with everything that I'm doing and the people and everything I have going on. I'm ecstatic about this job and this new position. But that doesn't mean that technically if I were to schedule everything out, do I have time to do everything? Plus get your sleep. Ooh, maybe. I would lean towards yes, but the mental capacity, the mental energy, no, I don't. I don't have the mental energy to do it all every day. Just like most of us don't, right? It's all about doing what feels good. And I think that that's something that us as a society kind of need to get back to. A personal example of this is that, as many of you guys know, and if you go back to my very first videos here on YouTube so long ago, don't look at them, they're embarrassing. No, it's fine, you can look at them. I've kept them up there for a reason, right? It's just you can see growth, right? It's a cool way to see growth. YouTube's almost like a video journal, kind of. But I've been lifting weights for, I think it's 12 years consistently, 5, 6, 7 days a week. It was something I was hugely passionate about. I still do it. But this past year or so, I've really lost my drive for it, in the sense that it's become very boring to me. I still go just out of habit because I want to stay healthy, I want to feel good, I want to look good, all the things that come along with it. But there's just been something in me the past year where it's like, I need a change. I want to do something new. I want to do something different. And that's kind of one of those battles that I feel like, you know, maybe a lot of you could relate to, where this is what I should be doing, but I don't want to. It makes it even harder to, you have to spend more of your mental energy committing to things like that. So what I'm doing right now is working on finding something that maybe I can replace going to the gym with. I've tried some bar classes, some Pilates, some hot yoga, things like that. And, you know, it's really all about just like listening to yourself, like listening to your body, listening, and I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but like listening to your soul, you know, and like what feels good, what do you want to do, what do you enjoy doing? And the bottom line is, for me, is that I'm just like not enjoying the gym anymore. So why am I doing something, right now I'm usually going about 6 days a week, why am I doing something 6 days a week that I don't enjoy doing? Okay, and like, sure, you can get the benefits out of it, but all of this just has had me thinking a lot lately about how so many of us live like this, right? Like every single person I talk to, like if I'm talking to one of my family members or I'm catching up with a friend on the phone or whatever it is, like everyone says the same thing, and that is, I've just been so busy. And it's like, sometimes you can ask yourself, well, geez, like what have I even been busy doing? And sometimes you can't even like answer that, right? I just want you to like honor yourself when it's needed, which really is all the time. But I mean, when you're feeling a pull in a different direction, it's usually for a reason, okay? Like as we grow older and the days go by, things change for us. And I think a lot of people get stuck because they feel like, oh, well, for the last 12 years, I've gone to the gym every day, so why would I change that? Because something in you is telling you to. That's why. You don't need any other reason. If you're struggling at a job and your mental health is taking a huge hit because of it, but you've been there for a long time, it's comfortable, it feels safe, maybe it is time for a change, okay? If you're in a relationship that, you know, the person you're dating is a great person and you guys have a good relationship, but there's something in you that's telling you something's missing, like that's the part of you that I want you to start listening to. Okay, it's like, even like I mentioned today, with not necessarily feeling my best to get on here and film this video, there was something in me that wanted to do it anyway. Even though like my temples are going crazy right now, it felt right. And I think that's the baseline here, is that you can't do it all every day. So just choose the things that work for you that day. Okay, maybe today is the day that you get your laundry done and you go grocery shopping. Or maybe tomorrow you wake up and you had all these plans and you're just like, I just don't have it in me to do that today. Don't. All right, I think it's this is me calling you to listen to yourself and to honor yourself and to listen to your intuition and to your gut. And those two things, they're never gonna lead you in the wrong direction. We have that for a reason. We have intuition for a purpose. And if you do nothing but listen to your intuition, you're so golden. So golden. So I hope you received this message the way that I intended it to. Yeah, start looking out for videos from me again. I'm definitely ready to get back onto a consistent schedule and back on here with you guys. So let me know what your thoughts are, and I love you so much. And don't forget, be limitlessly yourself.